Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the night shift. I am Captain Jerry, and we are currently back on the Starloomer, the well, the carrier owned by Calvinus, but currently being run by the Starloomer Collective. Shout out to these guys. We managed to make it back, doing the 107 jumps back into the bubble, and I've handed in what I collected over that period, and it amounted to roughly 240 million in terms of just standard flat exobiology, and over 1.2 billion in first logged bonuses. So we're not doing too badly. Not doing too badly at all. So we're back on the carrier now. I'm going to start plotting a journey back to where we were, because that system, from what I remember, was quite profitable. So let's throw that up now. Let me just bring my chat up because apparently I've lost it again. Where the hell are you, chat? There you are. Okay. Just make sure StreamerBot's all connected. Alright, so let's throw a... Sadly, obviously, we lost all the voxel data that we acquired. But if we start back from here, and we'll get set up basically to kind of go from there, it should be alright. Okay. Obviously, today is T11 release day as well, so there's a lot of happy people currently rolling around in the T11. I did pick up a T11. I'm going to have a play around with the build on it, because there is a potential that while I'm out here, I'll gut one of my ships with some decent jump range on it, and maybe we'll turn the T11 into a... oh, there's someone around here. And we'll turn the T11 into an exploration ship, maybe. Oh no, that's the carrier. Muppet. So let's go and have a look. See if we can pick up where we left off. Oh, and I got promotion. Promotion to ecologist. Very nice. Okay. So this will be a neutron star. Basically, any time that you seem to jump from this carrier to anywhere that's over a certain amount, it will just neutron star you, because there's one right next to us. So almost obligatory to neutron star. Oh, there's a... Let's go just check to see whether or not B4A... Oh yeah, people have already done this. It'd be amazing if they hadn't, frankly, being that it's a neutron star system. So unlike all the other systems that we've been going to, and just, you know, bumbling our way through, the route plotter will take you to a neutron star system in favor of other things. So you're almost like forced. I'm going the wrong way through those. You don't want to be going towards the star when you go to FSD charge. That's not a smart idea. But, you know, we're lucky at this point that it decided to kick us out. You don't want to just tumble all your way to the center and explode. I'm just repositioning a load of windows around at the moment, trying to get it so that I can actually see some stuff. I will at some point go through and set up Touch Portal so that I can have it used as a digital screen or something. Maybe some controls for OBS, but I've got it installed. I just haven't done anything with it yet. Might as well scan this system. 18 bodies. Cool. Let me just check to see if I've actually scanned this place before. I've got no mapping data for it. Now we've lost a little bit of time basically because we've been doing this 107 jumps back after exploding. So we've got some time to catch up. But in terms of money, I've pretty much already doubled what I lost. So that's not too bad. I can't really complain about that. Let's see if there's anything special. So far, no bios. Still not. Okay, and then we got a gas giant floating around here somewhere. Usually I find it off the beaten path a little bit. There we go. Alright, nothing special. Let's just check the system map, see if there's actually anyone's actually been here. No, they haven't. So there we go. That's our since handing it in. That's our first discovered system. Something I didn't do on the carrier is actually hand in my cartographic data because I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that the carrier takes a 25% cut out of that, which is not entirely useful. But I mean, if we have to, we have to. It's not too much of an issue. But it's nice to be back out here now. We were very lucky on our route down because of the amount of systems that I'm picking a point that's out in the middle of nowhere and that has no real touristy destinations close to it. So the route that it plotted through was majoritively undiscovered systems pretty much as soon as we left the belt. As soon as we left the bubble. That was a little buffer zone, but it wasn't far at all. So we managed to make a good deal on that route over. Sorry, I've got the hiccups there. So I can't complain about that. We were very, very lucky. But I'm aiming to at least make another 3 bill before Friday, hopefully. It just entirely depends on if we can find those, 19mm stratums, or just grind out a couple of planets entirely. I didn't play this last night, but you know what? Gonna leave it on. Okay. Ah, nice and easy. Just one. Okay. Maybe it wasn't here. That was the system I was going to. Maybe it's the next one up on the voxel. So let's do that now. Where did I leave? EDJP. EDJP. There we go. Right, it is ticking up. So Control O will copy the next system to your clipboard, and then you can just paste it straight in. While I remember to do so, we will synchronize our data with EDSM to help all of those that come after us. Okay, is it this system? Planetary body 7. Honestly, don't remember where I was at. Yeah, I don't have the mapping data, which is, I guess, evident because we exploded. So let's FSS it and see what we can find. Okay, nothing special here. Where the hell was I then? Oh, it was a 2-jump system, so this isn't the system that I was meant to be the next system in the voxel, as it were. So that's fine. This system coming up is the next system that was actually in the voxel. So let's have a look, see what goodies you got for us. Aha. 23 planetary bodies. This is a bit more like it. In fact, before we get too far away, let me top off the tanks. Because we're not using the route planner to get to places. It's not going to take into account any kind of fuel consumption or anything like that, because we're using the voxel. The EDJP voxel tool to do things. Oh, I bet you I'm going to be too close to the bloody star now, aren't I? There's always stuff hiding behind the star. Alright, that's everything there. Yeah. Bloody star. There's loads of stuff behind this star. Alright. Let's see. SEO. Kill the speed. And let's try again. Nope. Ship's computer's taking some onion head or something. It's shifting everything. Alright, there's nothing else there. Alright, we've got some geos. We got a 19 mil body. Hmm. No, maybe that's a water world. That's the water world. Worth 3.4 mil. Can't remember where the hell the Earthlight world was that we found earlier as well. Well, you know, back before it exploded everywhere. There we go. Is that everything? Yes, it is. So, first off, we got C4 and we got C2 to scan. So, let's go and do C4 first. Because that's just a quick... Oh, yeah, so that's already been discovered. C2 has nothing on it in terms of discovery or mapping or first football. And obviously, that dude discovered this before Odyssey, or potentially even before Horizons, because the bio is completely and utterly untouched on the other planet. So let's go and have a look. Right, let's kill speed. I'm going to overshoot, as per usual. Always the way. Alright, let's break out the old surface scanner. Now we need 6 probes. Oh, it feels a bit juddery actually tonight. Is that just my mouse though? Could be just my mouse.
Surface scan by 50%.
Alright, let's see where this one on the back lands. A little bit low, but enough to get the job done. So that's in the bag. And let's go check out C2. See whether or not there is in fact a 19mm stratum on it. Because that'll be a nice start to the exobiology hunt for tonight. Fucking people coming in. Selling viewers and followers. Gotta be a right scumbag to do that. Luckily the auto mod captures it, so no worries about that. I'm the only one that has to have that pollute my screen. Sorry, I'm just moving stuff around. I got to basically make sure that I can see the chat for StreamerBot. Basically, collates all the chat from YouTube, OBS, Twitch, etc., etc. Not that I'm streaming on YouTube yet, but does all of that stuff. But it doesn't give you prompts for when ad breaks are coming up, or other things like that that get pushed from the actual Twitch site itself. So essentially, I still need to use the view on the Twitch chat so that I can actually see when ads coming up. The bot will tell me. It'll post in chat saying, "Hey, there's an ad break or whatever." But that's only when it happens. It's too late to dash off and try and make a copy at that point in time.
Surface scan by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Okay, so no 19 mil stratum on this, just bacterium worth 1.5 to 1.9 mil-ish. So we can ignore that. There's nothing else in the system, so let's go to the next one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. Let's see what you've got.
Fuel scoping.
9 planetary bodies, always nice. I'll leave it for a second. I'm always impatient to get into FSS, but if I leave it a little bit, I'm less likely to have the star block anything. Oh, we've got another water world. So something I've heard about voxel scanning and voxel mapping is that if you find you've got something in a system and you go and check the other voxels around that system, or the other systems in that voxel, I should say, you have an increased chance of finding that same planet type in other in that voxel. Don't know whether or not that's true, but I heard it from Fiery Toad, I believe. And pretty much if that guy says something about exploration, I'm going to take it as gospel. So it seems to be working out quite well. We had a water world in that last system. We found a water world in this system. So let's have a little look. Ooh, and that water world's worth 4.1 million as well. You can't really complain at that. What I'm going to try and do as well is I need to see if I can add that overlay so you guys can actually see the system. I don't know what you would call it. System 3C overview. Overview is a good word. We'll use that. Okay, where's these other planets gone? Oh, okay, cool. All right.
System scan complete.
Okay, so as far as the bios go, we've got nothing much special here. Just before I do this, let me see if I can add it on as a window now, just so you've got it. Trying to make descriptive. Yeah, there we go. Title must match. So yeah, you should be able to see that now in the top corner. It's just whether or not it disappears now when I come back out. Which it does seem to do on OBS. Yeah, cool. All right, nice. So at least then you can actually see what I'm seeing. Let's go and have a look. So we need to go to scan B1. $17,000 light seconds away. Gonna be using SEO for this bad boy, obviously. And it hasn't been scanned yet as well, so cool. Yeah, I can say to Ubi now, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Hey, Quiet, how's it going, buddy? How's your exploration going? Don't know where he is, where Ubi is tonight, actually, to be fair. He'll be around lurking somewhere, I'm guessing. So we've just gone back to the systems that we, one of these systems I exploded in, but I've got no idea which one it was. You respawned at the carrier? Oh crap, I didn't realise you exploded. I don't know why I decided that I had to respawn at the station, or at least FDEF decided I needed to respawn at the station. Probably to teach me a lesson or something, I'm not 100% sure. A well-deserved lesson, admittedly, I will say that. But I can't complain very much. We did make 1.2 billion or something out of it. Ooh. Prospector had a bad return flight. Oh dear. No, that's not great. Have you fitted your Prospector to do exploration? No. Co-pilot's moving around. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I was actually really tempted to gut my search and rescue ship and stick all of the exploration engineered modules on the T11 to take that out and do that on this stream. But I might do that off stream and using the ship calculator first, just to see whether or not it will be worth the pain and suffering of having to gut everything off of my search and rescue Mandalay. Because I don't mind taking a hit to, jump range and things like that. That's going to be inevitable when that happens. But it's whether or not it's going to be too painful to go around.
50%.
Because obviously I'm not going to be able to bump it all the way up to 80 light years or whatever the hell, just shy of 80 light years like this thing does. Okay, cool. That's 4.1 mil well done. Let's go to the next system because there's bugger all here. Apart from that,
Frameshift drive charging.
you got two new prospectors. I know you got the one from the Arc store today. Oh, the first earnest replacement. Oh, okay, right, right, yeah. Oh, you're doing better than me then. You've one-upped me already. I'm yet to crash my T11. It is a matter of time, but the question is how long is it a matter of time? You know.
Fuel scoping complete.
Oh. So I'm just looking at the baby monitor right now. Yeah, 100%. Talking to my buddy, he basically worked it out that while he was, oh, sorry, hang on. Come on, bud, go back to sleep. He's got his eyes closed. He is led still, but he's just making moany noises. He's obviously having a bad dream. Um, he did it while mining, basically. So he was using the Gatling laser on a rock in front of him, and he needed to position himself slightly better so that the cargo hatch was like above the stuff coming out. And so he flew through the group of rocks, which normally, if you're going to do any kind of mining at all, when you're mining and the rocks are coming off the asteroid, that's non-collide. Well, they are collidable, but they don't do any real damage to you. They don't really do any damage to you, to my knowledge. They just kind of ricochet off. And he went through a cloud of them, and there was a couple of large rocks in there. So you get two different types. You get the small ones, and you get the large ones. The large ones, one of those he tested again afterwards once he had exploded. One of those large rocks annihilated his shields all the way down to 40%. So all you need to do is hit maybe two or three of those in quick succession. If you go for a cloud of them, hit two of those, maybe three of them, and it will annihilate your ship in one go. Right, give me a second. I'm gonna just stick it on, be right back. I'm gonna go make sure that he's got a dummy very quickly, and I'll be right back. Apologies for this. There we go. Sorry about that. That was exactly the problem. He didn't have a dummy, and I keep obviously pressing the page down button while I've got OBS selected, so it decides to change scene for me very helpfully, very very helpfully. Okay, cool. Let's jump to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, poor sod didn't have a dummy, so he was trying to root around it in his sleep, trying to find it.
Ready to engage. 3, 2,
So far, I haven't found where I died, because where I died, there was it was a system that had a decent chunk of bios in it, and none of the ones I've jumped into so far show that. So, not 100% sure. Right, so this is 14. Sorry, 13. Yeah, yeah. I jumped in at 10, I think. In fact, hang on a sec, I'll be able to see. I'll be able to see the codex, actually, thinking about it. Session log. Yeah, there we go. So the carrier was at... Don't actually remember where the carrier was. One of these, I think, isn't it? 48. Oh, this must be the carrier because I've got ship maintenance there. Yeah, 48. Here we go. Okay, so when we jumped in and started looking, it was at 9, I think. That was the start of the voxel, 9 or 10. Yeah, 9 was the start of the voxel. So if we go back to 8 and we check that, and if needs be, we'll come back to where we're at, 13, and just carry on from here if I can't find it at 8. Because I'm wondering whether or not, yeah, 19 genuses discovered by Jerry Erst. This is where I died. It's good. Even though I've got none of the discoveries in this system, when we jump back in, because I exploded, it will still show it as EDSM because I submitted all the data for it. So let's go and clear this out, unless someone's beaten me to it, which could be the case. It's been 2 days. And you lot are voracious in the speed of which you're mapping stuff as well. I think though, when I kind of tried to preempt that a little bit, because I can only really play usually when you guys are all offline. So yeah, SRV surveys showing me that I've done some of these planets already, which obviously isn't the case. So I need to reset this system if I can do that. So yeah, when I started doing the voxel mapping, I jumped like 200-300 light years out from where the carrier was, just so that I could try and do that. So I could try and get a little bit out there. Search, no, not that. Can I like reset this at all? Apparently not. That's a little bit of a bugger, isn't it? All I want to do is reset the clear unclaimed rewards. Clear 620 mil from 32 organisms. Alright, there we go. So it would have missed... Oh no, I haven't done any exobio yet in this session, so that's fine. That would have just cleared everything that I died with last time. So 9A. Yeah, I think it's the best way of doing it. Oh, I need to FSS because we lost all of our mapping data as well. Oh god. Oh, a bit of Slipknot. Nice. This is going to be a gas giant? No, it's not. It's an Earth-like world. Earth-like world. Woo. Need a big old celebration overlay for when we hit Earth-like worlds. It's not as good as some of the water worlds that I picked up already, but every Earth-like world I have the opportunity to scan makes me a happy person. So did you lose anything when your T11 exploded, or was it just having a little foray out into the wilderness and something went a little bit wrong? Oh right, okay. Oh dear. Oh, that's never ideal, is it? All right, we got 6 more planets to find. And there's a gas giant still knocking around here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Usually find them all clustered around a gas giant because of the gravitational pull.
System scan complete.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're gonna have to rescan all of the things that we just found. It looks like SRV survey hasn't given me. All right, so 7 and 8 are the Earthlight world and high metal content world, so we're going to scan those first. Even though SRV survey still believes that we've scanned them, which obviously we haven't. I did also pick up the at least no one has done your job. Get it all back. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, been very lucky in that regards actually. Because to be fair, it's not like people can't work out where I've been. I mean, there's the all of the VODs and also any of the screenshots I just throw around. So as far as operational security goes, there isn't any for me. Um, yeah, I picked up the one of the words holographic words packs from the Arc store as well, because it's what is it 50% off or something at the moment, and it was cheap enough and I had something left over from the T11. So now we can write silly words on the dashboard. Um, so I'll probably put a poll up on what I should write across the dashboard at some point, and I'll have to keep it there for an extended period of time. Yeah, yeah, you got the top level one. To be fair, so did I, but it was only because I knew that I was going to do it, and my birthday is next month, so I was like, it's an early birthday present to myself. Don't usually buy myself stuff, so. Interesting enough, like the flashing light bit's not really my jam. The holographic overlay bit is, yeah, it's not really my jam. But all of the ship kits, the customization for the ship kits is definitely more my thing. Um, and I quite like the industrial tube support one that they've got going. It makes me think that my T11 is cosplaying as like Ripley in the robot walker. It does remind me of that quite a lot. Yeah, I love it. It's really good. Same as I'm not using that red skin either. I've gone for either like I can't remember what I put on it. The industrial blue one or the industrial like yellow one. Though if my son gets the ability to see it at some point, he's going to instantaneously tell me he needs it to be green because that's every ship that he sees. He's like, green needs to be green. I'm like, okay, cool. Usually just the word green over and over again until I set it to green. So that's the reason my Panther Clipper is green, and yeah, my T10 is green as well. Hello there, Scope. How's it going, buddy? We made it back to the carrier and handed in the exo bio that I collected over that 107 jump journey back from the bubble to the carrier after it exploded, and made 1.2 billion off of it. Yeah, it was nice. So basically, over double what we lost, and now we're back at the same system that I exploded. So fingers crossed, I'm not going to do the same thing again. Can't guarantee it though. Yeah, it's crazy the amount of money you make out of it. Purely doing ExoBio, I've made more money this way than combining every single other action that I've ever done in the game up till now. Problem was is that everything that ever did in the game previously, I would make it really, really close to the 1 billion mark, and then I'd spend a huge chunk of money buying a new ship and kitting it all out and, you know, doing all that stuff, and then I'd go all the way back down to like 400 million again. So, yeah. Now I've got an active goal to try and keep as much of it as physically possible so we can get the carrier up and going. This is a bit juddery. Why are you being juddery? Probably need to restart my machine later on tonight because it's been up for about 2 months, I think, give or take. Hello, Slice Pack. How's it going? Long time no speak. I notice you've been streaming Fallout 76 recently. I haven't managed to catch one of your streams yet, though. I've been always in the middle of doing something when it starts. Yeah, nice, nice. Okay, that's that planet done. What are we on? 9A, B, E, and D. So let's go 9A first. Yeah, we're just streaming a bit of Elite Dangerous right now. Yeah, it's a good deal of fun. Thing is, once you get to a certain point in ExoBio, you can start getting picky. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So now I'm basically not going down on a planet unless I can make off of one of the bios. I can make more than 8 mil before I get the first football slash first log bonus on it. I'm not going down to a planet for like a million. Yeah, the only time I ever scan those 1 million bios nowadays is if I'm stumbling over it to get to another bio that I need. So that's basically my thought process so far. But yeah, unless there's one bio on there that's worth at least 8 million, I usually won't bother. And then most of the time I'll end up going and just get that and then bugger it off. Mm, yeah, fair. That's one thing that I definitely haven't been doing as much is fill in the codex bit. I haven't been doing that as much as I should do, to be honest. All right, let's get a little bit closer. Yeah, either the DPI on my mouse is a bit flaky right now, or my machine is screaming out in pain because it hasn't been restarted for... Oh, I needed only 2 probes, not 5. Yeah, either of that or my machine is screaming out in pain because it hasn't been restarted in about 2 months. So, alright, let's go back and get the tubus. Land on the light side because we always want to be on the light side. Non-human signature. Well, that's fucking ominous, isn't it? Just as I finished watching Alien Earth as well, so that's going to make me well sketched out. Going to get face-hugged to death.
Orbital flight engaged.
It's on the other side of the planet, though, so, you know. Oh, shout out for Alien Earth as well, by the way. Really enjoyed that. It's a fantastic program. But I am a sucker for pretty much everything in that universe. Alright, full pips to systems, because, you know, crashing hurts. Okay, right. We should, in theory, just be able to grab this and go. Oh, there is Frutexa here as well. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do Tubus and Frutexa, and then we'll just, you know, sod off everything else. Alright, I can already see bacterium by the look of it. Okay. Okay, right, there's our first Tubus. And it's popped into rendering range. So we'll throw down the landing gear and see what we can do to find a decent landing pad. I do agree with your concept of putting wheels on the bottom of these ships. I would love to be able to land it like I would land an actual, you know, aircraft. That would be really cool. Still do the like VTOL thing that the Mandalay does with the engines pointing down and lifting off directly vertically. But having the ability to kind of land on wheels, I mean, that would be really cool. That'd be really fun. Increase the likelihood of me exploding. But, you know. Yeah, SRV so is fantastic. It's one of those things that if FDev was smart, they'd buy it off of the guys that mod it and just implement it into the game. Because it's criminal that it's a third-party add-on. Like, it's got so much functionality in it that should be just stock. Just part of the vanilla client. Because those dudes definitely deserve to have their work rewarded. Whoa, what's going on there? Something I noticed about the Cobra engine and walking is that walking uphill is perfectly fine, but if you notice, when you walk downhill, you basically just vibrate going down. Walk up, fine. down, vibrate. Walk up, fine. Down, just vibrate down down the hill, because I'm guessing it's not handling the collision very well. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's you jitter walking down things. I'm assuming that's the same for everyone, and it's not just me. Oh yeah, if FDev was smart, they'd have yeah ED HUD mod as well as part of the game. Yeah, 100%. There's a load of stuff that I would love Frontier development to add to the game, but I think it would be some of it would be a bit ambitious, to be fair, and probably would require them to update the engine that the game runs on, because it's unlikely that the current engine will be able to support it. Sure, sure. Copilot just made a noise there. But yeah, things like space salvage. So you come across a wreck and you be able to salvage it. Space station battles, like on foot, so you could do boarding actions and clear space stations that way. That would be fantastic. EVA, that would be really, really cool. So being able to leave your ship while in space, that would be excellent. Because it's not like the ship's going to run away or whatever. If you can recall a ship while you're on a planet, then you should be able to recall a ship while you're in space if you get too far away from it. So it's not like the mechanics aren't already there to a certain extent. But if you've ever done any serious amount of Odyssey in FPS combat, you'll realize how sketchy it is, basically. So, while I'm sure you could probably manage doing it in the Cobra engine at the moment, it might not end up being the smoothest of gameplay. Okay, cool. Right, that's the tubus done. So we need Fritexa. What's the other stuff that's here? Tussock and Bacterium. Yeah, it's both not worth the time it's going to take to go through and do it. So we want to maximize credits per hour while doing this. Let's raise the landing gear and just head straight for these mountains over here. Oh. Okay. Oh, we got an outbreak. Balls. Sorry about the outbreak, guys. This will disable the pre-rolls for people coming in. But at the same time, I still annoys the absolute hell out of me. So, apologies in advance if you do get hit by ads. Seems to be a bit flaky sometimes with whether or not you do or don't. Even though technically the ad manager says that it should run them at these times, and for this duration, doesn't always tend to be the case. So far, not finding anything. Okay. Maybe need to find somewhere a little bit flatter. Alright, this might be where it's at. Maybe. I'll put the music client. Ooh, that's hidden pretty well, isn't it? That's very sneaky. Very sneaky. So, welcome back. Anyone that did get hit by ads, I appreciate you sticking through them. They allow, well, they disable the pre-rolls basically for anyone else that comes into the channel. And as we all know, pre-rolls suck. So, thank you for supporting the night shift in that regards. Ads are a thing, yeah, apparently. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you run an ad blocker, not that I've said this officially, of course, but if you run an ad blocker, you don't get hit by ads. But I would never condone running an ad blocker to remove revenue generated for Twitch. Oh well, you've got Twitch Prime, yeah, that's different entirely. Definitely different. Yeah, I don't give a crap about revenue from ads. Like, it's not. That's not why we've got them. But basically, if you were able to disable ads, it removes your ability to manage how they run. I think they still end up running when you're a Twitch affiliate. So I don't then have the ability to run them, say, every hour. They'll run every, short amount of time, every 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or whatever, because that's what the Twitch default is. And then we'll still be hit by pre-rolls as well. So anyone coming into the channel will also be hit by ads because, Twitch hates you. And yeah, so I figured better that we run it manually, or like we run it knowing exactly what it's going to do, than we allow Twitch to do whatever they want. And yeah, not great. But as far as the revenue goes, if I could turn ads off, I 100% would, because I don't care about the revenue for them. That's all. It's not why I stream. I stream generally because I'm up at night playing video games anyway when the captain and the co-pilot are asleep, so I figured I might as well stream it for an audience. Okay, right. Still got to find the next batch of Fretexa. This is a terrible place to look for it because it almost blends into the floor, like, really well. Oh, it looks like there's some over there. Yeah, I mean, look at that. If you're going to play, Where's Frutexa, like you would play the Where's Wally book, or Waldo. So where's Wally? Where's Waldo? I wouldn't have seen that unless the tiny shadow would have caught it. Right, and I'm just looking for the last one now. Twitch hired a couple of girl streamers from all girl online clans. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Does need to be more female streamers. Slice Pack, who jumped in a little earlier, is a woman who streams Fallout 76. Well worth checking out as well if you enjoy the Fallout games. I'm sure she streams other stuff as well. In fact, I'm sure there's a command for this, isn't there? Oh, is it shout out? I'm sure it's shout out. I can't remember what the command for for thing is. Shout out command. Which genuinely I don't ever remember how to. I never remember any of these commands. Oh, it's not exclamation mark. That's why. Derp. Absolute moron. What is it? Oh, there we go. Oh, it also gives me a very handy, prompt to do it. Oh God, trying to find the find windows on this game is just absolutely horrible. There we go. There we go. That's how you do it. Yeah, basically well worth checking out if you enjoy Fallout 76 for sure. PMS clan. Oh, okay, that's cool. Why did I settle down here again? Oh, there's more protector over there. That's why. An old Twitcher, so you have an old history. Yeah, fair enough. I spent a reasonable amount of time watching Twitch in various over the years or whatever, but I've only been streaming for, I don't know, a little while, not long, month and a bit, give or take, something like that. So not too long at all, in the grand scheme of things. It was really only since I came back to Elite Dangerous recently. I don't really fancy streaming any other games. Right. I still haven't fixed that purple escape vector. It's so jarring in comparison to... You've got this nice, cool colour scheme going on that's, you know, mellow vibes, basically. And you just got pink escape vector in the centre of the screen. Oh dear. Right. What's the next one that we need to go to? 9B, I think. I don't know whether or not it's going to be worth it, to be fair. So we'll go and scan 9B, C, D, and E, I guess. But I don't think we're going to find anything that's worth actually settling down on the planet for. That's so slow when you're in the atmosphere. I don't even know how much of an atmosphere that planet really has. But it's obviously slow enough to keep your speed down. Okay, come on. You can do it. Alright, we'll use SEO. And shoot past it. Of course we are going to shoot past it. Every time. I'm so impatient I use SEO when I'm like 20 light seconds away. You know. ED's the only reason you came coming back onto Twitch. Yeah, fair enough. Fair. Have you ever considered streaming it, or you just basically you enjoy the streams of other people playing it? Because I noticed there are a fair number of streamers on the Star Luma. Ah, fair. You enjoy reveling in my suffering, then. That's the thing, right? I mean, I can't say I blame you, frankly. Whenever something goes terribly wrong and I'm watching someone stream, I'm just like, oh, but that is hilarious. Oh, there's another 2 pro planet, and I'm just fire everything. Can't remember who that was. It wasn't Khan in the latest Star Trek movies, was it? It was the Romulans, I think.
Scan by 50%.
Right, we've got a 7.7 Frutexa, 7.7 Tubus. So we might as well. We'll land on the Frutexa because there's less of it. Nero, that was it. Yep, yep. I need that. If I was going to put soundboard on for people to redeem for channel points, that needs to be one of the sounds, I think. 100%. I do need to get the channel point rewards sorted, actually, to be fair. Ubi was talking about getting something set up that you can redeem channel points to basically push hotkeys while I'm playing. So, you know, opening up my cargo hold while I'm in combat and, you know, or lowering the landing gear so I slow down. Little bits and pieces like that. Just to make my life an absolute misery. Because I figure, you know, why not? I think that would be hilarious. The only thing I'm debating on whether or not I should or shouldn't do is, and this was a suggestion from Top Flight BC, by the way, so shout out to him. He's a very good Elite Dangerous streamer as well. Was basically putting channel points for the ability to drop out of Super Cruise. Yeah. Chaos times, yeah. So he was basically suggesting that I put a channel point reward on for the ability to drop out of Super Cruise. But the problem with that specifically is 90% of the time wouldn't be an issue. You know, you just drop out of Super Cruise. It happens, and it doesn't cause any issues. But I jump white dwarfs and neutron stars quite often, and if you time it correctly and drop me out of Super Cruise while I'm in a cone of a neutron star, you will rip the ship apart and I will die instantaneously. So, so if I do that, it needs to be a relatively high points cost. Oh, hello there, Don. How's it going, bud? So that is something that I need to be acutely aware of, you know. Um, so if I do implement that, it needs to be a suitably high points cost so that it can't always consistently happen. Because yeah, that'd be absolutely. Oh yeah, ping the shield again. Yeah. So we made it back to the carrier. Or just keep moving to silent running. Yeah. That would be pretty funny actually. We made it back to the carrier. We did our 107 jumps from the bubble back to the carrier after exploding and losing our 500 million exobio data. And on the way back to the carrier, so that was last night's stream, we basically netted 240 million in exobio data. I'm gonna have to land over here somewhere. And all of that was first logged, so it totaled up to 1.2 billion in yeah, stuff that we netted basically. So we're now on the hunt for more exobiodata to add to the carrier fund. Oh, I didn't put the landing gear down. That's why it's not flagging up. Derp.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh, there's a... Oh! Hey, good shout. Why are you doing that? I wonder what... Plot sys status. Radar. Grounded. Okay. Yeah, I wonder why that's happening. Plot build commodities. What is that? Who is that? Do you know what? I'm just going to delete him. Oh, so that's DSS. Detailed survey scan is doing that. That's weird. Okay, title must match. And we'll put that to sys status. Yeah, that's so weird. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to minimize it so that disappears it. Because if I remove it, then I'll have to work out what it was originally. Something about OBS basically means that when you assign a source on a window, you get a couple of options to say, if this window changes name, how do you want me to perform? So if you imagine it like a browser window, it takes the name of the tab, and then if you close the tab, you have the option of basically saying, yeah, I've just removed it, yeah. Oh, I've just hidden it anyway, I've not removed it. But if you take the name of the tab, it will basically, and remove that tab, it will say, oh, okay, I'll go and find another window that has got Brave on it, or whatever your browser is, and I'll display that instead. So I've got a feeling that that's what it's doing. But for some reason, the setting itself is... this is the same... Yeah. Actually, no, the last time I was plugging Starloomer, and then I clipped a rock and exploded, so... Maybe I don't plug Starloomer there until I'm firmly on the ground. Come on. Trying to find somewhere to land, though, that's the real problem. Because this is all just mountains as well. There we go. Lovely. That's what we want. But yeah, basically OBS is just doing some crazy shit. So if we find that we're missing a window from SRV survey, it will be that. Congrats, I did it. Successful landing. Yeah, very much the case. I mean, to be fair, if someone explodes on this expedition, it might as well be me, you know. At least then everyone can enjoy the experience. I am still the butt of the jokes on the Starloomer Discord as well for it, though, so... Not going to live that one down for a while. Oh, dear. That's a bit loud, isn't it? Thought I equalised all the levels on this. Yeah, I thought I pulled all of the levels down equal across these tracks, but apparently I didn't. Need to do more audio engineering, apparently. Alright, let's go find some more. And stick all the pips in sys as well. Is that close enough? Gotta find a flat area. Come on, flat area. Maybe up there. No, that isn't flat enough. It's not, well, it might be flat enough, it's probably not large enough. It's like a 45-degree angle. Probably more. Let's go down a bit. See if we can find something down. No, not finding anything. Oh, that's a little knock. 3% off the shield. Alright, we're going to have to find somewhere else. Maybe just walk it down. There was some flashing up there. I think this will... all this is going to be way too rocky. There was something down here. Is that something there? God damn it. This is where I missed my Diamondback Explorer. Because you can pretty much throw it anywhere. And it would always find a parking space. Kind of like my car in real life now. It's so small. God damn it. Right, okay. Maybe not. Oh, what about up here? I'm just going to have to go the long way. Once we find a spot we're not moving, we're just going to do the rest of the Fritexa by, on the old space legs. God damn. No, still no joy. At this point, we're all the way back up at the top of the mountain again. Oh, there was one. Right, can we find it again? That's a real question. There it is. There we go. God, they made us work for that one. Okay, let's try and find where all that Fritexa was. If I was a smarter man, I would have marked it using the composition scanner, but I was too busy trying to find a parking space. Okay. I'm tempted to go check out what that non-human life sign was, or non-human signature was on this planet. Was it on this planet? Maybe it was on the last one. I'm guessing it's just going to be some kind of rock. Wouldn't that be a human signature? Unless maybe I'm an alien. Who knows? It'd be the start of a sci-fi horror right there. Find one of your old corpses and it's possessed by an alien or something. Oh, just vibrating down the mountain. Cool, right. There's that one. I need one more. It's only 150 meters as well. Let's see if we can find another one without having to go all the way down the mountain, but I've got a feeling we might. 2 stars there, very, very close together. Ooh, that. No, it doesn't look okay. I was going to say that might be something up there, but... Or down there. No, it doesn't look like it. Right, we're going down the mountain. Good luck trying to get back up, I guess. Because the ship isn't going to come down and pick us up. That's definitely not going to be the case. Ship's going to go, nah, sorry, I'm going to set back up here again. The moment you try and recall it. One thing I didn't bring with me this time, and I'm usually totally against it, with the old Super Cruise Assist, docking computers, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But there is the ability to get that. Is it automatic planetary landings, or like automatic docking whenever you're within a certain distance to the ground? And someone was mentioning something like that because it's going to be able to pick spaces for you to land that, like I was just trying to do, I can't, basically. So it's going to land in places that aren't even going to register as landable spaces for me. So that definitely might be something to consider in future. Just to save me having to fly around continuously trying to find somewhere to park. Or what equates to a valid place to park. Oh, nice. Just Iron Manning it up the hill. Ooh, tool. Gotta love a bit of tool. And while I was waiting for people at work today to finish doing the stuff that they needed to do before I could crack on and do the bits that I needed to do, I was sat kind of specking out the idea for a cockpit setup, which would be really nice, but currently won't be happening anytime soon. But yeah, like an actual full-blown custom cockpit setup for playing Elite Dangerous and other space games, obviously, as well, but primarily Elite Dangerous. That would be nice. Because, you know, slightly immersion breaking sitting in an office chair. And the setup isn't exactly the most ergonomic either. So I think we can do things to improve that. Definitely. Cool, right, let's go find this tubus. Give me a second, I'm just going to turn the fan on. There we go. It does get a little bit hot in here. Okay then. Right, let's go find this tubus. Come on. Up you go. Oh, alright. Maybe we live here now. Oh, cool. There we go. Oh, I don't actually know where the closest non-mountainous bit is. Ooh, that looks good. Let's go there. In fact, actually, let me just double check. Do. Yeah, I'm not carrying that though, am I? It's been documented, but I'm not actually carrying any of it. Because I'm pretty sure well, I've got the Frutexa here, but I don't have any of this tubus. I forgot we also need to add one to the crash counter, don't we? Let's do that now. There we go. Just purely for that 3% chunk that we took out of our shields. Right, first tube us down. God, it's got a massive radius on it though. 800-meter radius. This would definitely be an SRV jobby if I was, you know, not lazy. But we'll just fly it instead. This one over here might be good. So that one we just passed over, no, but this one should be okay. So is anyone getting involved with the community goal? But I believe it's a mining community goal for platinum, painite, and that other one, osmium, I think it is. Has anyone started submitting stuff to that yet? I would be, but obviously I'm a little bit far out right now. Cool, that's Tuba's done. And everything else on this planet is not even worth any more than 2 mil, so we're gonna just ignore all the rest of that. I'm pretty sure planets C and D in this system, while they have got stuff on, may not be worth the time and effort. So we'll go and do the mapping quickly, just to see exactly what they got for us. But the likelihood is we're not gonna land on them. And we'll pick up on the Boxel where we were previously. So 13, I think, was the planetary, the system that we were up to. Yeah, been here before. And that one. And that one. The ghost of my past. Yeah, so this is showing us 14 mil. I don't think it's going to be much worth it, but... Well, straight past. Right, let's just coast into proximity with it. And let's see. Oh, it's another 2-probe system. I'm just firing probes at this thing. Keep doing it. I need to check the... Alright, another 7.7 through Texas, so we'll grab it. We're here. Technically, it's breaking my less than 8 million rule. But, you know, sod it, we're here. Seems like a matter of pride at this point.
Orbital flight engaged.
God, that's a big old danger zone there. Try and land close to the dark blue as well. Just so we've got two different sections within close reach of each other. But the stippling bit shows elevation, I'm pretty sure. Okay, right, keep your eyes peeled. See what we can see. Alright, we've got some stuff down there. I think it's mostly rocks though. Whoa, where the hell did you come from? Wow. That's that came out of nowhere. Look at the size of that bad boy. Very cool. Just like, I'm guessing I came down like directly on top of it, so it blended in really, really well to the rest of the landscape. Yeah, it just pops out of nowhere. Proximity warnings going off on my dashboard. It's basically screaming at me saying, hey, remember last time? Oh, there we go. Frutexa. I thought that was Conquer there for a second, but it's not. So that's good. That's what we want.
Landing gear deployed.
Good old unsuitable terrain. My old friend. There we go. There's some more up there. Looks like that's outside of range as well. Hopefully. Yeah, nice. There we go. Okay, and then we go find the last one. Whereabouts? If anyone has music requests, by the way, feel free to let me know. You can just whisper them to me or dump them into Discord. Not that we're playing live music on, not well, you know, music on Twitch. Come on. There we go. Right, cool. We can get off this ball. So the sum total of what's holding up my ship right now is that one tiny rock. Yeah, I mean, that guy's not even on the floor. You see straight through, straight underneath it. That one rock there is doing all of the job right now. Got a posture check. I'm slumped over my desk, like, what the bloody hell's going on here? Yeah, cheers. I do need to stop slumping. This is what I was talking about with the getting an actual cockpit made up for flying means that I'll have a proper chair to sit in. You know it's bad though when you're looking at whatchamacallit, looking at like F-16 flight chairs and how much it would cost to get like a knockoff version of it. Redeem hydrate as well. Oh, thanks. I've got some water around here somewhere. Coke doesn't count as hydration, right? Probably not, to be honest. Oh, thank you. Thank you for redeeming some channel points. You know, I think you were actually, so far, I think you're pretty much the only person that's ever redeemed channel points on this channel so far. So that's pretty cool. Thank you. Cheers, Scope. I appreciate you, buddy. I will get some proper rewards sorted out for you as well. When I can work out the easiest way of making my own life miserable for the benefit of you guys. Right, let's try and get into Super Cruise. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. So I hit affiliate maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I went through and made some random stuff, um, for like the channel point logo and bits and pieces like that. Set up the ad manager and other bits and pieces, and then I basically need to go through and do the actual channel points and then the rest of the commands as well. So we've got like lurk and things like that, but actually getting some decent channel points set up and anything else that we can do for like games, maybe, you know, something like that. Some viewer interaction stuff. So if there is stuff that you want to see on here, it's just a case of let me know. Like, you're on Discord anyway, so you just ping me a message and say, "Oh, this is a neat idea. I think you should implement this," and then I can do that instead of actually doing my job. Because anything I can do to procrastinate, I will do. So please help me procrastinate. Let's go and see the next planet. Yeah, I'll have a look into setting up a redeemable thing to press hotkeys. Because I know that Ubi's got some ideas about that. Oh no, sail straight past that. Yeah, someone might ask you to work, yeah. Oh, someone might ask me to twerk. Oh, right. That's close to work, but it's not quite the same. I'm not entirely sure you want to see me twerk, to be fair. Let's be honest. Plus, I don't think I've got the hips for it. I'm pretty sure that I destroyed my hips through like both my hips and my knees skateboarding throughout my teenage years and early 20s, you know.
Surface scan by 50%.
7.7 on Fretexa. Let's go and grab that. Yeah, when I read that, I thought it said to work, and I was like, well, that'd be ironic. Procrastinating so I don't need to work. Well, so I don't, work. Only to have someone to tell me to work, but no, to twerk, that's entirely different. I just see it now as well. My wife just walks past behind me. I was like, what the bloody hell are you doing? I'm sorry, love. The internet told me to. Come on. Don't know why you just decided to slow down quite rapidly. I mean, slow is good, don't get me wrong. No one wants to go into the planet at Mach fuck. Okay, glide complete. Don't think this is the ideal place to find Frutexa. Let's be honest. Yeah, maybe though, I could be wrong. Usually I was under the impression that we find it in more mountainous areas, or at least we have done for the last, couple of times. But maybe it can spawn down on here and I just never really looked for it here before. What are you? What else is on this planet? Oh yeah, that looks like it. Oh, landing gear. That might help. Is it any wonder I crash so fucking often? Try and land without landing gear. Yeah, I got a feeling that stuff. Whoa! Holy fuck! I completely forgot about that. They've upgraded the pulse range distance from 75 to 750 meters now. So that feels entirely different when you use that. Look how far it goes as well now. That's mental. Interestingly enough, though, I'm not getting the ping like I used to. So you know when you like right click during this and it would go ding or whatever, the noise was. I'm not getting that back now, which is interesting. And don't get me wrong, it could be that I'm just not hearing it over the sound of the music, but at the same time, yeah, I was under the impression I was able to do that. Like yesterday anyway. But yeah, fucking hell, that goes for miles now. Right, cool. And that's that one done. Another 38 mil. And we'll leave the tussock and the bacterium. Ain't no one got time for that. Golden Gloves X once said there would be some twerking if her viewer numbers hit a certain amount, and when it did, the time she started to twitch up. Oh, right, okay. What got Golden Glove twerking? No, fair. Honestly, I can't imagine anyone wants to watch me twerk. I can't see it happening. You would unfollow, leave the Discord. There you go. That's it. Scopes had the final word on this one. I may not have much dignity, but I've got that at least. Okay. Alright, can't remember if we got another planet to do. I think we might have. Which planet are we on at the moment? Can't see because I'm entering Super Cruise. Right, so we're on 9D currently. And 9E is the last one, so yeah, we're going to check that. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think I'd be able to look myself in the eye again anyway. Let's have a look. So you use streaming as well, Scope? Do you stream Elite Dangerous or anything else? 130 Discord servers. Jesus Christ. You must mute a lot of Discord servers. I'm in about 9, and I've muted half of them. Otherwise, the notifications just keep me up all night. No, you don't. You're not streaming. Fair enough. Okay. I don't think I've ever had 2,500 people want to listen to what I've got to say, so you must be an interesting person. Okay, let's go that way. Oh, it's 2 probes again. God. Just on the default 6 probe setup. Everything gets 6 probes, whether or not it wants it or not. Okay. One last set of Frutexa, and then we're gonna do away with this system. 2353. Oh, well, you know. How dare you get that number wrong? Still over 2,000 people, hey.
Orbital flight engaged.
Okay. Same as before, it looks like we're going to land in a slightly more mountainous area than we did before, but we'll try and keep it to the... Is that my eyes playing silly buggers with me, or is that all just mountain in the blue? It looks like it is. In the light blue, that is. It's all blue. I still haven't got the EDHM bio overlay working yet. But then again, I played with it for like 2 seconds last night. It didn't work when I fired up the stream, and I was like, ah, that's a tomorrow problem. And then swiftly forgot that it was a tomorrow problem today. Okay, glow complete. It's not as mountainous as I thought it was going to be. Still pretty rocky, but nothing like what I thought it was going to be. Okay. Probably shouldn't just strafe sideways, really, should I? Alright, that looks like some. Yeah, there we go.
Landing gear deployed.
Slowly does it. There we go. Tussock's worth 5.8 mil. Don't think I'll go and find it though. Do you know what? I'm just going to do this by. Oh no, actually, maybe I will. Because, I mean, it's right there. It is right there. Yeah, I'll just do the protector on foot from here. Do. I recognise this. What is this? Of course it is. It's got an absolutely amazing guitar riff as well. Oh, we got an ad break. Why aren't you warning me about the ad breaks? So apologies if you get hit by ads. Ooh, new squadron bulletin. Okay. It's probably going to be CG related, I'd imagine. Alright, that's within inside the colony range. So's that. So's that. Interesting. Ah, that isn't though. I can go grab that. Oh, that's a completely different bio. Alright, that's two down. Incoming sick guitar solo. Am I going to regret doing this on foot? Oh, could be. Oh, there's some over there. Amazing. Yeah, there's some. I'm going to dismiss and recall the ship because I'm too lazy to walk that far. But knowing my luck, I'm going to call it back and it's going to be in exactly the same position. Okay, so that's the tussock done. And we only got that purely because, you know, it was there. Alright, where are you going to land? There's a big old open space here. You could land here if you want. You're just going to land on me. You land on me, Leo, we're going to have some fucking words, my friend. Okay, well, I'll take that. Oh, my shiny paintwork. I'm never going to get used to that. I was on like 10% paintwork. And since I exploded, obviously it replaced the ship. They redid the paint. So it's on 90% paintwork now. And it just looks too fresh. I don't like it. It needs to be banged up more, really. There's a couple of chips and scuffs and stuff, but yeah, it's not got the character it once had. Okay, right, let's pull up EDJP. And we will get the next system. Whoops, that's not the button I want. So we're at 8. I think we went on to 13 before. $11, $12, $13. Yeah, so we're on 14 now. So we'll do that. Yeah, the Mandy always pretty much chooses a bad spot. You are right on that one. But it's just because it's massive. The actual footprint, the bit that touches the ground, is quite small, but the rest of the ship's got such a huge wingspan that it has to pick quite a wide area for it. So yeah, that's part of the problem, I think.
Frameshift drive charging.
If I'd thought about it, I would have brought my Diamondback Explorer along as well, just for those times where, you know, we're gonna do some stuff in mountains, or kind of like what we were doing earlier when we were going hunting for like tussock and stuff, or conker as well. That's usually in like mountainous gully areas. So yeah, the Diamondback Explorer would be fantastic for that. Oh, I didn't mean to. Did I just launch a repair limpet? No, I can't. I'm in Super Cruise. All right, 2 bodies, so that's that done. And then we're back on the path of EDJP now, so we can just hit Control O to get the next system in the voxel, paste it, and go. And it should automatically increment us by 1 each time. So this voxel that we were in, we had 3 systems in a row that had water worlds, and I know that it's suspected that if you find a planetary type in a system and you go to another system inside that voxel, that the likelihood is you're going to find more of that, or it's more likely you're going to find that planetary type than in other places. But I think maybe we've strayed outside of that bounds now, because all I'm finding is 2-star systems right now. And the last couple of, I think 12, 13, 14, and 15 were all 2-star systems with no planetary bodies in. So again, kind of, you know, reinforces that hypothesis.
Frameshift drive charging.
But how? At least it's quick to scan the system, I guess. Even if it's worth absolute sod all. Alright, probably got about an hour or so as well before I'll call it on this stream. Though, of course, if you are a regular viewer, you know that Sod's Law means that I'm going to find something that I'm really excited about right at the end of when I say that I'm going to call the stream, and then we spend the next half an hour doing that planet. Or something goes terribly wrong, and then I start 107 jumps back to the to where I died. Yeah, again, another 2-body system. So that's been, I don't know how many 2-body systems this has been now. But this voxel may or may not have turned to crap.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we had like 3 systems with water worlds in a row, and then every single system since that point has been 2 stars, nothing else. We could switch voxel, go to the next collection of systems, but I mean, we might as well just carry on. I don't know how many systems there are in this voxel, but we'll soon find out. At least they're fuel stars. Right, 17 bodies. Sweet. Okay. Build up a little speed. Get a little distance, just so the star isn't so massive it prevents us from scanning stuff. Now we've got a 2.8 mil high metal content body. Ooh, lots in here. I don't know why, I just never get on with Nickelback. Not my jam. Okay.
System scan.
All right, cool. So we only really have one. Oh no, we've got two. So we've got a high metal content body we need to go scan for 2.8 mil. And then B6A is an icy body with potentially a 19 million fonticular on it. So can't complain at that. Hopefully, still ends up being the case. We'll double check if anyone's actually been here before. No, they have not. Nice. Okay. How many probes do you want? 7. Okay, interesting. I'll slow it down and bring it around again. There we go. So we can probably do it in 6. Usually can. Just need to be a little more picky about where we land them. And then that will give us 1 to play with if I do cock it up.
Surface scan by 50%.
Let's see where this one on the back lands. Nice. Close enough.
Surface scan complete.
Nice. 2.8 mil. And whatever the bonus is. And then we need to go to B6A. Is it worth going to check and scan out that other one? SRV survey says that there's nothing there. But maybe I'll go and just scan it just in case. Because there has been times where SRV surveys told me there's nothing there. And then I've scanned it and there has. So it doesn't happen often, I grant you, but it has happened. And obviously it's just because it's basing it off of predictions. And those predictions aren't 100% certain because, you know, they're predictions. But for the tool, you can't really fault it. It's pretty fucking amazing. So okay, we slowed down yet? Come on, get down to 30 kilometers a second, which is as good as stopped in Super Cruise. Let's just have a quick look at the stats on this guy. No atmospheres. But again, this has no atmosphere. Surface temp is a hell of a lot hotter. So maybe that's potentially why they predicted that there's nothing on there. As I said, there is a chance that there is nothing on there. That was a bit low, that one.
Surface scanned by 50%.
There you go. Yeah,
Surface
nothing on
scan
there.
complete.
Always worth a check, though, just in case. Right, 80,000 light seconds away, so this is definitely an SEO jobby. One thing I will say about the Mandalay is that it handles the heat generation from SEO extremely well. Mainly because obviously it's a ship built for SEO, but yeah, if I even put on the SEO on, say, like the Type 10, a ship that's not made for SEO, apart from the fact that it bounces around like no one's business, it'll also overheat in about 2 seconds. So it's good for short bursts, though. If you know you're just about to get interdicted by someone because they've just come up behind you and you've noticed on the radar there's a little change to the way that their icon is, which means that they've deployed hard points of some kind. Anyway, then you can just pulse your SEO for like 2 seconds and you blip off into the distance. It means that you're a hell of a lot harder to interdict. Hopefully you get closer to your destination so you can dock or land or whatever. Okay, 6 probes again. That's probably too high.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Go on, fingers crossed you don't change your prediction.
Surface
Still 19 mil.
complete.
I'll take it. Is this the dark side? I have a feeling this is like the shady side. So we'll go around a little bit more. Oh, there's a massive patch over there. Let's head for that. Yep, 19 mil lenticular.
Orbital flight engaged.
You gotta love it when you get the 19 mil bios with first football. They're just, you can't not get them basically. It's mandatory. The sad thing is, I think this might be the dark side. The dark side. There's a massive bay over there. Let's try that. This is what also I took so long getting back to the carrier as well. Because we just kept coming across systems with 19 mil bios in and no first logged. So, yeah, just had to stop off every single time. I was like, oh, yep, definitely get that one. Oh, get that one. Rip Ozzy Osbourne. I never managed to make it to his last gig, which was a real shame. Alright, it's not too dark. Oh, Jack Ship, thank you, man. Oh, I appreciate it. I've been plugging the Starloomer website where I can as well. So for those of you who don't know, in fact, Jack, type exclamation mark Starloomer into chat, and you'll get a website link through. Just because I'm in the process of trying to land on a planet right now, and this is how I exploded last time. But yeah, so anyone that needs to check it out, go and have a look on the website. There is a lot of really useful information on there. Jack has done an amazing job with posting links to really cool Elite Dangerous plugins. There are other really awesome streamers on there. I think there is a forum in the works potentially as well when that does go live. And yeah, a couple of other things. So well worth checking out. And also, quintessentially, the Discord link that will bring you to hang with the rest of us. What even is this? Is that some kind of mold or fungus or something? Alright, it's got a massive range on it, so we've got to go 500 meters. No, thank you for adding me to the website, bud. That's I really appreciate it. I'm honoured. Okay, right, let's go and find some more of this stuff then. Oh, not outside the range yet. And there we go. Now we're outside the range. Yeah, hopefully. That would be cool. I'm all down for that. At the moment, though, I've only, apart from the lovely Scope and Quiet, so far really, apart we had a couple of people pop in earlier as well from some other games that I've played. Um, yeah, it's mostly been bots tonight that I've been banning in the background that come in and sell, trying to sell followers and viewers. Oh, gotta hydrate. And the answer is, do I land first or do I land one-handed? No, I'm gonna land first. Let's not get to the end of this stream by exploding again. It's probably not a great idea. Thanks, Scope. I'd become a shriveled prune if it wasn't for you repeatedly hydrating me. Man, you just keep forgetting to do it. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. I thought I'd already got 3 of these. Saying I didn't pick that up. You hydrate again. Is there a way of dying from overhydration? No, I do appreciate it though, bud. Insufficient genetic diversity. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just hadn't. Brain swell is a thing. Well, I'll let you in on a little secret, Quiet. I don't have much of a brain to begin with, so I don't think there's going to be very much there to swell, to be fair. Oh, I have admittedly looked into uh, putting a request into because I work from home basically, so I have looked into putting in a request into work in order to get a new chair, but then I have to clarify exactly what kind of chair to suffer. I have to clarify exactly what kind of chair that I want. And I'm pretty sure they won't spring for me to replace my office chair that they provided like 4 or 5 years ago or something for like essentially like a cockpit chair or like something that could have a slot to take out for a joystick or something. Request a butt saver. What the hell is a butt saver? Is it some kind of like cushiony pillow type thing? I don't think I've ever heard of one of those before. I'm pretty sure my work wouldn't approve it anyway. Oh, a gel thing. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, I could probably justify it through like, you know, what do they call it? Office something or other. Ergonomics. Because it saves them getting sued or having to pay for time off when you're. Yeah, yeah, exactly, right? Can you imagine me going to drinking too much water can lead to a condition called water intoxication? Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You can over hydrate yourself, which yeah causes a lack of sodium. Brain swelling, cerebral edema, which leads to serious symptoms like confusion, seizures, not even death when and even death when not treated properly. You can add crashing into the side of mountains at high speed as well onto that one. But yeah, if I go to my office supplies department or something, shit. Oh fuck, that's brutal, man. Are you training overseas or in like a hot environment or something? Fuck. Well, that's why you get like electrolyte drinks and stuff. So the rehydration packets you get for like hiking and things like that basically contain loads of salt. Well, I say loads of salt, a decent chunk of salt to replace stuff. You can make your own electrolyte drink anyway by basically just putting, is it like a teaspoon of salt in there and like 1 or 2 teaspoons of sugar, and then filling it up with water, shake, and that's essentially a homemade electrolyte drink. I know because we made a bunch of them when of various flavors when my wife was pregnant. Yeah, we need brawn dough. It's got electrolytes. It's what the plants crave. 100%. We've been putting it on the plants, but they ain't growing. That's why you need to use water. What? Water from the toilet? Oh, I love that show. I love that film so much. Problem is now though is when I watch it, it's so close to reality that it stops being funny. Like it just becomes so depressing now. I'm like, oh Jesus. Like there's people in my country that are on that level right now. Country's a shit show. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Yeah. Do you know what? That I'm gonna put that forward as a suggestion for a movie night for the carrier TV. 100% needs to be the case. It is a fantastic film. Plus, I really like Terry Crews as well, so he's amazing. Coming into, I guess it'd be the Senate or the House of Representatives or whatever. Hello, Cal. We're just talking about idiocracy. Quick, everyone quiet. Don't let him know we've been talking about him. Yeah, he walks into what is it, the House of Representatives, and he just fires like an M249 into the ceiling as he does, or he uses it to like quiet everyone in the room. Gotta love it. Do you know there is actually a lurk command as well? There's a you can exclamation mark lurk to I can't remember what I put it in. Skiving off in the break room, don't let the captain know. Yeah, that was it. Gotta have it themed. Captain's asleep anyway, so she won't know. Whoops, that's the wrong fire group. There we go. That's the right fire group. Alright, 12 bodies. Let's have a look, see what we got in here. It's been a fairly quiet one so far. I mean, ED Copilot says that we are holding on to currently 9 samples for an estimated 79 million. So we can pretty much times all of that by 5 because they're all first discoveries. So all in all, not too bad. There's going to be a gas giant here, isn't there? Yeah, there is. Yeah, President Camacho. I was just saying that needs to be a added to the movie night potentially at some point, if it's not already on there. I completely missed when you put Red Dwarf on there as well. So, oops, too far out. Completely missed when you put Red Dwarf on there, and that's an absolute classic. And we've got one more left. Heavy metal content. There we go. Oh, 2.8 mil. Cool. All right, let's go scan that. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Is that I absolutely love that film. Like pretty much any time, especially when I was younger and taking a lot more illicit substances than I ever had the opportunity to do now. We do used to all pile into my house and we'll watch it after the pub or something. But now when I watch it, I get super depressed because it's so close to real life. It's a little bit like, oh god, hits too close to home now. For some reason, I have trouble watching things like Black Mirror as well, because Charlie Brooker, the guy's like a soothsayer, you know. The amount of times that he's written something as like a dystopian sci-fi horror future, and then like 3 or 4 years later, it actually becomes the truth. Oh yeah, I don't know if it should be on the list, but I'm pretty sure I got all of it as well. The one exception is the one where he wrote one about the UK Prime Minister fucking a pig on TV, and that was actually based on a rumor of the actual Prime Minister fucking a pig. Because you know, UK private schools, they're a little bit fucking weird over here. Eton, man. So yeah, that was less about predicting the future, more about hearing a rumor. But I'm pretty sure he did the whole social credit system based on your social media before China made it an actual thing, which is pretty impressive actually when you think about it. Either that or China, someone in China watched it and went, "Do you know what? That's a really good idea." Okay, next system. All right, what's our time as well? 1 o'clock. Cool. We still got about half hour ago.
Frameshift drive charging.
But as I said earlier, I always say this, and then we find something, and I'm like, "Ooh, let's just get this out of the way." Yeah, they took it as inspiration. Less about inspiration and more about, oh shit, you know, this is a plan. Someone's already done all the work for us here. I'm just gonna bash this out as a system. I'm pretty sure though Charlie Brooker's also stated that he finds it harder and harder to write Black Mirror episodes now because real life is too close to satire.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
That's why I enjoy playing the game. Is it Onion or is it real life? So you get given headlines with no context tied to them, and you need to predict whether or not it's an Onion headline, or if it's you know, a real news article. And I guarantee you, it is harder than you think it is. Way harder than you think it is. Especially nowadays. It never used to be so hard to play that game. Uh, but now, most definitely is hard. Yeah. They fired up the Hadron Collider and we just slipped into the upside down dimension or whatever. Completely the fucky alternate reality. Blame the folks at CERN.
Fuel scoping.
Ooh, 20 planetary bodies. Well, let's see what this has got for us. In fact, I will top up the tank. That's bastards.
Fuel scoping.
uh, they do some pretty awesome work there, though. To be fair, in fact, I use a load of the Proton suite for stuff. So the Proton Mail, Proton VPN, Proton Pass, all of that kind of stuff, and that whole group, Proton people, are ex-CERN scientists, which is really cool. Um, so they've got like very much a open source mentality about them. Yeah, they're all like Proton. Sorry, they're all ex-CERN programmers and things like that. Okay, so far, nothing particularly special here. All right, we've got one planet to scan at 2.3 million, and another at 2.4 million. Okay, cool. We've got another 7 planets to go. There's nothing else there. One at 2.5 million. This is a nice system. Don't even need to get out of my chair. Okay, and two more bodies to find. Where art thou? Where are the bodies hiding?
System scan.
Okay, sweet. All right, so we'll start A3, then we go B3, B4. What's my method for searching for systems? It's not really that complicated, to be honest. I basically, to start off with, I will just set a direction and go, essentially. And then once I find a system that I like the look of, or I find, and I will be DSSing and FSSing as I work my way through. And I'll find a system that might say have an Earth-like in it, or a water world, or a decent amount of bios. And then what I'll do is I'll take that system and I will place it in something like EDJP to create a voxel setup. And then from there, EDJP increments the system number by 1, and then I will basically work my way through from there. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. So let me just put this window. Have I got EDJP as a option on here already? No, I don't. So let me just add it. EDJP as a source in OBS. Find a window to capture. Where are you? There we go. And then title must match so you don't change it. Cool. Let me, can I expand this out a bit? No, I can't. It's as large as I can make it. Let me know if you have a problem reading the words and stuff. But basically, this is EDJP. You've got a stop-start processing button up here. It reads your journal file for the back end of Elite. And this will be unpopulated when you originally fire it up. This will be populated, basically, if it's reading your journal file correctly. What you do is you go voxel survey, and from here you can either start your voxel survey from your current system, the one you're in at the moment, the last selected system, the last plotted system, if you've used the route plotter in the menu, in the galaxy map to go somewhere, or you can use the next voxel, basically. Most of the time I just use the current system, and then what that will do is it will basically take your current system, increment it by 1. So at the moment we're in D120. This is basically saying the next system is D121. And it essentially means that you won't miss a system inside a voxel. You can use these buttons to go backwards and forwards in systems, and you can use that button to increment the voxel by 1. So you may find that I'll do that in a while if I find that there isn't a 21 in the system, because it doesn't know. Yeah, EDJP is just fantastic, frankly. So that's my thought process behind it. It's not really that much more advanced than that, in all honesty. If anyone does it differently, let me know, because I'm always down for finding, say, potentially the most efficient way to do something, or anything really like that. So if other people, you've got a method of how to do this, or how you approach this kind of problem, then just let me know. Because I'm definitely not going to say that this is the best way of doing it, but it is definitely the way that's been working for me so far. I kind of just leave it on default. So I don't know what the mask code is currently set to. Let me just have a quick look. Doesn't actually tell me. It's probably one of the lowest ones, though, to be fair. Because when I look at the Voxel Explorer, it's showing me one of the smallest mask codes, essentially. So I'm not, yeah, I'm breaking up the voxels into the smallest amount. Because I guess that also gives you the level of granularity that you need as well. So the thought process behind it is that if you find something awesome, the likelihood is other systems that exist in the same voxel and the lowest granularity will potentially have an increased rate of spawning those type of things. So whether or not you found Earth-like worlds or water worlds, there's an increased chance of finding water worlds and Earth-like worlds in systems inside that voxel. So yeah, the higher the level of granularity you've got, probably the more likely you are to be able to make that match. Oh, no worries. I'm always. I mean, it's working. It's working for me. Whether or not it's the most efficient method, on the other hand, that is up for debate. So, and to be fair, this is probably the second or third time that I've kind of implemented this system into play. So I'm still most definitely refining it. It's I wouldn't say it's something that I've discovered. I'm pretty sure that this is the way that most people do this. Um, if they're only using voxels just so they don't miss systems as well. Because before I discovered voxels, I was going and manually, just like going close to other systems in the vicinity, and that's definitely not the way you want to do it. It's not the most efficient way of doing it. Spend a lot of time scrolling up and down. But yeah, you can thank Fiery Toad for getting me into voxels. Let me just make sure I have minimized EDJP. Yes, I have. I have a nasty habit of leaving sources just up on my screen on OBS, and I don't pay attention to them because they're behind my ED client. But yeah, with exploration, buddy, I don't know. Could do. I haven't discovered that so much. I run ED Discovery as well. There's like 9 apps I'm running at the moment. It's getting a little bit out of hand, to be fair. But yeah, there's like 9 apps that are currently running in the background. But ED Discovery is the one that I'm primarily using to push system data to Spanch, Canon, and EDSM. As well as the other one. There's one that is used as well, EDD, something or other. Exploration Buddy. Okay, I might have to go and check that out. Maybe we've got a 10th one that's going to run in the background at the same time. It's a good thing I got a beefy PC. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go check that out. Yeah, go check out anyone else. Go check out the add-ons section on the Starloomer website for all the tools that we're talking about, or at least the vast majority of them for sure. How many are you on? 6. 6 probes. Oh, up a little bit more. There we go.
Surface scan by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Okay, one more planet in the system to scan. And just because I'm impatient, we'll give it a little love tap on the old SCO. Has anyone worked out if there's a way of getting ED Copilot to tell you how much cartography data you're currently holding? Because I know it does bios, and I use that fairly often. But so far, I've not actually seen if it logs cartography data in the same way. Because it would be interesting to see how much cartography data I'm hoarding right now. I didn't hand it in at the carrier at the same time I handed in my bios, because at least most of the carriers I've been to take a 25% cut of your cartography data. And it's not even the carrier that gets the 25% cut, because I wouldn't mind that, being that it's the Starloomer carrier, having taken a 25% cut is fine. I'm pretty sure the carrier ends up getting like a percentage of it, and then a percentage of it just disappears off into the ether. Goes somewhere. Nobody knows where. I remember reading something like that.
Surface scan by 50%.
Right, sweet. Okay, that one's done. Copy the next one into the clipboard, and let's see. Have we got a 21? Yes, we have got a 21.
Frame shift drive charging.
Alright, fingers crossed we find something cool in this system. I mean, to be fair, this system wasn't too bad. It was an easy 6-7 mil. Just sat in the cockpit.
Fuel scoping.
Oh, 9 planetary bodies. I had a distinct feeling then that was going to be a 1-star system, just because there was nothing else being displayed on here. But yeah, still nothing. Ooh, Water World. talking about soundboards earlier, apart from the fact that we need Nero from Star Trek yelling "fire everything" when I cock up the amount of probes that I use to do a planet. Nothing on bios so far. We could also probably get a Kevin Costner from Waterworld quote when we find a Waterworld. All right, one more. There we go, 1.6 mil. Not too bad. Bio's nothing really to write home about. So we'll go scan the first planet. So we need 3, 3A, 4, and 5. So yeah, so far in this voxel, it's been pretty good for cartography data. Is it a coincidence? Who knows? This is the first song you learned to play in Guitar Hero. Oh, nice. Yeah, I never got into Guitar Hero. It was never my thing. I used to play guitar like a long time ago, very long time ago, back when I was a teenager, in fact. But I still have my Yamaha Pacifica in a drawer, well, in a cupboard just back there. And I haven't taken it out and played it in, you know, a decade, probably more. You played guitar since you're 4 years old. Oh, nice. Well, that was my intention with that one, is that I will never throw an instrument away or I'll never get rid of an instrument. And I've got a lot of instruments, mainly musical hardware synthesizers and things like that. But my idea was that when my son gets to an age where he might want to learn guitar, he can just use my old one. Lots of stringed instruments. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, it's one of those things that I can never bring myself to get rid of instruments. The problem is that I haven't sat down and spent enough time learning how to play. My brother plays drums, still plays drums daily, and he's really good, like really, really good. I'm okay at drums. I'm not particularly awesome. I enjoy weird time signatures and stuff, which doesn't get you very much time as a session drummer, for sure. um, but yeah, he's a very good, he's a very, very good drummer. So shout out to Wazuk. Okay. I'm not expecting any buyers or anything. We're just gonna get the whatever this was. Can't remember what the amount was. Oh, that was nearly smack bang in the center there. Perfect. So that was 2.9 mil. We need 3A. Which is a short hop and a skip away from where we are now. No, we got a ad break coming up, so apologies for that. I would delay it, but to be honest with you, I may end up going for a little bit longer. We'll go until 2 a.m. I could be a functional person, probably. Come on, slow it down. There we go. 30 kilometers a second. Just means it's not skewing around when I'm Trying to get probes precise, and the whole thing's drifting slightly faster than it is at the moment.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Wicked.
Surface scan complete.
Bacterium, but we don't really care about that. We're more doing it for the planet itself. So we need 4 as well. This will be 2.7 mil with a surface scan. Engage SCO. I haven't got voice attack, I'm just doing it for dramatic effect. I was tempted to try out voice attack at some point, but even like both ED Copilot and Covas Next have a problem sometimes picking up what I'm saying. So God only knows what voice attack's gonna do. I'm not really one for properly enunciating what I need to say sometimes. And in combat and stuff, I'd probably go a little more farmer than I sound now. Okay, that should do this planet.
By 50%. Surface scan complete.
So 2.7 mil in the bag. And last planet in the system. It's quite a juxtaposition music-wise for something that's meant to be quite a calming experience, exploring the galaxy, you know, searching out planets, probing things, collecting plants, to the musical accompaniment of someone screaming, "Let the bodies hit the floor." Wonderful. Seven probes, so let's see what we got. 1 left just in case.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan.
Nice, 1.6 mil. Awesome. I don't think this is even the engineered one. I think this is just the... Oh no, it is engineered. Yeah, expanded by 3 times. Okay, right. That's probably why it's so easy to do. Alright, haven't hit the end of the box all yet.
Frame shift drive charging.
ED Copilot, what are you saying? What have we got? Yeah, still on 79. mil. Technically, it says current session total 10 samples, completed for an estimated value of 98 million. I think it's because I reset after taking one sample. Because the planet that I was on was saying I've already taken stuff.
Fuel scoping.
But we'll soon find out.
Fuel scoping.
Alright, 8 bodies. Welcome back, anyone that did get hit by adverts. I appreciate if you you stuck around for them. They do disable pre-rolls for people coming into the channel, so I very much appreciate that. Because we all hate ads. Even me. Okay, right. FSS, what we got? Hopefully we are far enough away from the star. And the star is small enough that it's not hiding anything behind it. Because, my god, I hate coming out of FSS just to move the ship, you know, a couple of million miles out of the way. Alright, so we've got 2.9 mil high metal content body. Bios aren't worth anything, so we can scrap that. Got another 1.9 mil. And another 2.9 mil heavy metal. Heavy metal? High metal content body. Awesome. Okay, cool. So 3, 4, and 4A. And it looks like this system is undiscovered as well, so sweet. Ooh, something just went ping. Discord's having a shout at me. Okay, some probes. Maybe it's just my... Is it my mouse? Is it my mouse mat? It just feels a little more... I don't know. I don't know how you describe it. Not as smooth as usual. Crunchy. Is that a way of describing mount sensitivity? Crunchy? Probably not. Okay, right, that's the first one down. So we're going 4 and then 4A. That was interesting. Let's have a look at that system again. Oh yeah, so 3A is one. As well as 4A for biologicals. Because they both have landable atmosphere, landable planet, but also an atmosphere as well. Which is what you look for if you're not using SRV servo. Okay. Some probes again. That's been a little messy. That wasn't as precise as I wanted it to be. A little bit low. I think that needs to be higher to get it where I actually want it to go. We'll see on the back. When that back one lands, it's going to land too high up, I think. Oh no, too low. Okay, alright. Still did it, but, you know, strive for perfection. And this last one, before we go into the next system. What are we on? Oh, lovely. Yeah, plenty of time. Still got another half an hour. We can close out a good number of systems from here. And 6. Whoops, daisy.
Surface scan by 50%.
There we go. Lovely, lovely. Oh, that's the wrong panel, isn't it? Need to go to the system, the galaxy map. At some point, I'll see about trying to get YouTube streaming up as well, so I can stream to both platforms at the same time. Because that is definitely something that I'm not doing right now, and several of my friends that do stream have told me that that is something that I need to get sorted. So I'll endeavour to do that at some point shortly, but let's get the channel point stuff fixed first. Because I think that'll be a great deal of fun.
Fuel scoping.
Okay, right. Do a D-scan. 13 bodies. Okay, cool. Alright, let's see what we got. 2 water worlds, apparently. Alright, so that's the first one. Only worth $500,000, which is not a particularly large amount of money. Do I get it anyway? Maybe. Yeah, and that water world's worth 1.6 mil. Definitely getting that one.
System scan complete.
Okay, so high metal content at 2 mil, water world at 1.6 mil, and then maybe we'll get 8 as well, just because it'll add to the list of water worlds that I managed to find. So plot calls for 5. And we will SEO in a sec. Okay. Little jolt of SEO. So yeah, this voxel seems pretty good for cartography data, less so for exos, exo bio. But I'm also not really complaining, because on the route up here we did a lot of exo bio. So it's nice to mix it up a bit. 6 probes. Oh. Co-pilot's making some sleepy dream noises in the background. Yeah. Okay, planet 6. Yeah, I got all sorts on it. This is the slightly lighter playlist rather than the heavy one that I usually end up playing while we're in doing combat. I'll bump it up for you, Jack. Okay. Slowly get into there.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Ooh, way too low, that one. Enough to do it, though. By the skin of our teeth, there. And we were going to grab Planet 8 as well. Right. Grab this one and then next system. It's not worth as much as the other one, but I guess it's always nice to get first discoveries for water worlds in your codex. Well, it adds to the stats anyway.
Surface scan by 50%. Surface scan complete.
That one was too low as well. I'm slipping. Right, okay, next system.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Let's see what's in here.
fuel scoping.
Okay, 9 planetary bodies. Good. Good start.
Fuel scoping complete.
Heavy metal content. Oh, high metal content. I can't keep saying heavy metal content. High metal content worlds. One for 2.7 million, which is nice. More geologicals, but we're not really doing those. 2.7 million. And that's everything. Yeah, what I need to do is, there is a, I'm pretty sure there's a part of the journal file that essentially tells you either how much cartography data you're holding, or it will say this line and then you've scanned this, or like you've FSS'd this and it's worth this amount, and then when you descan it, it gives you another line saying descan and it's worth this amount. And so I guess there's going to be either a plugin that will go through and kick that out and just keep incrementing the total up for you, or something along those kind of lines, because then I can kick it out as a reading on the top of the screen. How much exobio data we've got, how much cartography data we've got. And obviously when we hand it in, it will reset. I have already got one that does something very, very similar for cargo. It will tell us what I've got in my cargo, basically, and it kicks that out into a text file that I can place somewhere and then have it read into OBS to be an overlay. Oh, sorry, to be part of my overlay, I should say. Probably about there. Might have been a bit high. Yeah, it was. Need to be about there, I think.
Surface scan by 50%.
Yeah. Still.
Surface scan complete.
Oh, nice. That's very cool. Yeah, the only real claims to fame for, and it was a bit before my time basically, but Bristol is the largest city close to where I am right now, and really that is the birth of trip hop. So Portishead, Massive Attack, people like that. I never saw them before they became famous though. I'm not that old. Yeah, she's now a stuck up twat. Uh, yeah, Bristol's good laugh. I used to live like smack bang in the centre for a long time. Some of that was living on a boat in the harbour, and then the other half was living very close to the centre in a flat that was much better on the inside than it was on the outside. Oh, sorry, in a house that was much better on the inside than it was on the outside. Still did resemble a squat though, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, hell filming since Lizzie and RJ was 12 years old. Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome. That is very cool. It's a very small world. For a country as big as yours as well. That's crazy.
Surface scan by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Yeah, fair enough.
Frame shift drive charging. Three, two, one.
Okay, right.
Fuel
What are we
scoping.
on?
Fuel
Maybe
scoping
get another
complete.
system out of this. We've got 10 minutes. He's from 2 hours north of you. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. I did something similar with a browser game called Torn. For all of the people that I play with that are British are really close to me for some reason. But it's a smaller country, so statistically that's going to happen, you know. But for you guys, our entire country could fit in, you know, most of your states, I think. Something crazy like that.
System scan complete.
Okay, right. So we've got 2.6 mil there, and then we got 7 genus planet, which we might as well go scan. So 5A. This always happens. Always happens. I get towards the end of a stream, and then something pops up, and I'm like, but we'll go and scan out. We'll see what happens. It is a good cliffhanger, yeah. I think more than likely, looking at the SRV box down in the, well, for me it's down in the bottom left-hand corner, but for you it's probably about midway up. It looks like only one of the samples in there is going to be worth actual bank, and it's more than likely going to be a 7 or 8 mil something or other, and all the rest of them are either a 5 mil. There's probably one 5 mil, one 7 mil, and then the rest of them are going to be like 1 mil. That's my prediction anyway. Oh, what a riff. Banned from Society. That's a great band name.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Oh, way too low, that one.
Complete.
Yeah, so one 7.7 mil apparently is part of the prediction, and one 3.39 mil. So it looks like we're going for the Conker. Whoa, that was a bit close. Getting around the auto moderator there. Okay, let's see exactly what this is. Let's do away with a prediction.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface.
Oh, we've lost the 7.7 mil. The highest on there now is 3.39 mil. So, SRV survey, you were a little optimistic. So we won't be going down there. Another system it is.
Frameshift drive charging.
I assume that was why he was in the position he is, promoting your Star Loomer.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Okay, let's get a little bit further away. All right, first body scan 2.7 mil. It's a great start. Yeah. At some point, I'm going to do a punk. I'm going to do a punk stream potentially. Oh, that's 8 out of 8. So we've got 2.5, 2.6, and 2.7. This would be a good system to end on, I think. Do I jump back to the carrier tonight? Hand everything in? It's probably the sensible move, isn't it? Yeah, no, I saw. Jack told me. Well, I haven't seen yet, but yeah, Jack told me. Oh, that I'm honoured, mate. Absolutely honoured. I really appreciate it, guys. It's a lovely gesture, so I do appreciate that. No, 100%. I figure it's a good opportunity to stream all of your shenanigans in real time. So, yeah, makes for fun content. Yep, no doubt. I mean, Quiet was exploring in a T11 earlier, which I regret I missed. Ended badly. Well, I mean, it was still something you were doing
Surface
though.
scanned by
I was
50%.
saying earlier that I may pull apart the search and rescue ship just so that I can fit some of the modules on the T11 and then take that out exploring for maybe tomorrow's stream because I think that would just be fun. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's a really good idea, Quiet. Really good idea. Not your prospector, my prospector. You already told me I can't pilot yours because I may crash it, which is understandable given my previous history. Yeah, I got one as well the same day. Yeah, I wouldn't let anyone. I would advise no one lets me pilot their ships. Definitely not. Don't need the competition. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, at least you respawn back at the carrier. I spent the entirety of yesterday making 80 light year jumps back to back to where we were. Ooh, a little far out to do the probing on this one. Yeah, that was sucky on my part. I need to have a look at the DPI on this mouse because trying to make minute adjustments to stuff and it's
Surface
like
scanned by
it's
50%.
juddering. Oh, right, yeah,
quickly.
yeah. To be fair, I haven't actually tried to order a taxi or anything off the surface of the planet out here. I'm wondering whether or not you need to be within inside of a certain amount of like civilized space. Can you imagine the Uber fees being picked up here? It's going to be some surcharge on this. Yeah, I'm presuming there probably is. I definitely know it's possible, but yeah, how possible it is and how far out you can do it, that I don't know. It's one of the things that I've never really explored that much. I've never used any of the taxiing services before. I never even used the escape pod. By the sound of it, actually, many people then use the escape pod. Yeah, 2 million to transfer one module from the bubble took 28 hours. Jeez.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Yeah, they do need to fix the bump damage. So the testing that Zeus Commander did, actually Zeus Commander followed this channel while I was offline. So thank you, Zeus. He did some testing earlier, um, and the when he was mining, the
Surface
small
scanned.
chunks they collide with your ship, but they do next to no damage. I don't think it even takes shield, but they are physical, so they do collide and they spin off into the distance. But obviously, with the new Gatling laser, you get large chunks as well that comes off of it. And he hit, well, originally he must have hit several of them because he went through a cloud of what he thought was just small chunks, and he just instantaneously exploded. And that was the log file that I posted in the channel. And then he went and did some testing, and he crashed into one large chunk, and it took his shield down to 40%. So I'd imagine if you crash into two or three chunks at the same time, then that's enough to basically take your shield out entirely and then destroy your hull in the process. So that's why he exploded instantaneously. It was basically the rocks that he got off of mining, which is mental. Okay. Do I go back to the carrier or do I just leave myself in the next system? Hmm. Let's see. No, there is another voxel.
Frameshift drive charging.
We'll jump to the next system. We will do a D-scan. And I will probably FSS, depending on what's there. And then we'll go find someone to raid.
3.
Because I did say I was going to finish at 2, and it's 2:05 now, so... Get about 10-15 minutes of air. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. When I busted the canopy on this Mandalay,
Scoping.
and admittedly I will have less now because I've derated the life support on it, but I got the canopy shot out. Oh, I'm guessing I'm not FSS in this system because there's 2 stars in it. I got the canopy shot out in combat, and it gave me 7 to 8 minutes of air, basically, and no HUD at the front because obviously there was just a big fucking hole there. So I had to get back to a station by essentially looking up into this top bit because this was still there, and that gave me the station basically that I could see on the map. Because when you're in Super Cruise and you're going through a system, all of the lines for like the bits and pieces, like if you select a star or something like this over here, you won't see any of these lines at all. You'll see the star itself, but you won't see the blue semicircles around it, well, you know, and you won't see the orbit lines as well. So it's exactly the same for systems, for stations. So I was basically doing this the entire way there to try and land, because there's just a big old hole in the front of my yeah, big old hole in the front of my canopy. Sod's law. Still, it was really entertaining. That'll be one of the videos on my YouTube channel. It'll be there somewhere in the middle of one of the VODs. Okay, right. Let's go see who there is to raid. So, who have we got? AWOL's up. Operator Opossum. He's a good laugh. He was doing piracy the last time I raided him. Won't do Starcat. Let's go to Opossum, because he's a good laugh, and he's also only been up for less than an hour as well. So it'll be a nice thing for us to all jump on him. So yeah, let's call it there then. Thanks for popping on by, for hanging out in chat. Quiet, Cal, Jack. We know you had Scope in here earlier. And also Slice Pack for dropping in earlier as well. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, usual time, 10 till 2. If you want to come and hang out in Discord, we have both the Discord for the night shifts and also Star Loomer. So jump in and have a chat, make fun of me. Always a good laugh. So I'll kick off the raid now, but night shift. See you later.